If we are responsible, the future will be good for the future generations. Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, BNSS, 2023. Chapter 9, Security for Keeping the Peace and for Good Behavior, Sections 125 to 143. Chapter 9 of the Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, BNSS, 2023, addresses the measures that can be taken to maintain public order and ensure that individuals exhibit good behavior. Sections 125 to 143 provide the legal framework for requiring individuals to furnish security to prevent breaches of peace and to ensure their good conduct. These provisions are essential for proactively addressing potential threats to public safety and maintaining social harmony. Section 125, Security for Keeping the Peace on Conviction. Section 125 empowers a court to require a person convicted of an offense involving a breach of the peace or likely to cause a breach of the peace, to execute a bond with or without sureties for keeping the peace. This provision allows the court to impose preventive measures on individuals whose conduct has shown a propensity for disturbing public order. Section 126, Security for Keeping the Peace in Other Cases. This section extends the court's power to demand security for keeping the peace even in cases where there has been no conviction. If a magistrate receives information that a person is likely to commit a breach of the peace or disturb public tranquility, they can order that person to show cause why they should not be required to execute a bond for keeping the peace. This preventive measure is crucial for addressing potential threats before they escalate into actual disturbances. Section 127, Security for Good Behavior from Persons Disseminating Seditious Matters. Section 127 specifically targets individuals disseminating seditious or inflammatory materials that could incite violence or public disorder. The court can require such persons to execute a bond for good behavior, thereby preventing the spread of materials that could destabilize public peace and security. Section 128, Security for Good Behavior from Suspected Persons. This section allows a magistrate to demand security for good behavior from individuals suspected of engaging in activities that could threaten public safety, even if no specific offense has been committed. This proactive approach helps in mitigating risks posed by individuals with a history of suspicious or potentially harmful behavior. Section 129, Security for Good Behavior from Habitual Offenders. Section 129 focuses on habitual offenders, individuals with a history of repeated offenses. The court can require such individuals to execute a bond for good behavior to prevent further criminal activity. This provision aims to curb recidivism and ensure that habitual offenders are kept under scrutiny. Section 130, Order to be made. Section 130 mandates that any order demanding security for keeping the peace or for good behavior must be made in writing, stating the substance of the information received, the amount of the bond, the period for which it is to be in force, and the number, character, and class of sureties, if any, required. This ensures transparency and clarity in the legal process. Section 131, Procedure in respect of person present in court. This section outlines the procedure for demanding security from a person present in court. The court must explain the order to the individual and allow them to show cause why they should not be required to furnish the security. This ensures that individuals understand the reasons for the order and have an opportunity to contest it. Section 132, Summons or warrant in case of person not so present. If the person from whom security is required is not present in court, Section 132 provides for the issuance of a summons or warrant to secure their appearance. This ensures that the individual is brought before the court to comply with the security order. Section 133, Copy of order to accompany summons or warrant. Section 133 requires that a copy of the order demanding security accompany any summons or warrant issued under Section 132. This ensures that the person understands the reasons for their required appearance and the nature of the security demanded. Section 134. Power to dispense with personal attendance. This section allows the court to dispense with the personal attendance of the individual required to furnish security if it is deemed unnecessary. This provides flexibility in the legal process and can help streamline proceedings. Section 135. Inquiry as to truth of information. Section 135 mandates that the magistrate must conduct an inquiry into the truth of the information received before requiring any person to furnish security. This ensures that the demand for security is based on credible and substantiated information. Section 136. Order to give security. If the magistrate is satisfied with the information, Section 136 empowers them to make an order requiring the person to furnish security. This order must specify the conditions of the bond and the period for which the security is to be maintained. Section 137. Discharge of person informed against. Section 137 provides for the discharge of the person informed against if, upon inquiry, the magistrate is not satisfied with the information or if the person furnishes the required security. This ensures that individuals are not subjected to undue legal constraints without sufficient cause. Section 138. Commencement of period for which security is required. This section specifies that the period for which security is required commences from the date of the order unless otherwise directed by the court. This clarity helps in understanding the duration of the legal obligation imposed on the individual. Section 139. Contents of bond. Section 139 outlines the contents of the bond to be executed, including the undertaking to keep the peace or be of good behavior, the penalty for breach, and the sureties involved. This ensures that the terms of the bond are clear and enforceable. Section 140. Power to reject sureties. This section gives the magistrate the power to reject any sureties offered if they are deemed unsuitable. This ensures that the sureties provided are reliable and capable of ensuring the individual's compliance with the bond. Section 141. Imprisonment in default of security. Section 141 specifies that if a person fails to furnish the required security, they may be imprisoned for the period for which the security was demanded or until the security is furnished. This provision enforces compliance with the court's orders. Section 142. Power to release persons imprisoned for failing to give security. This section allows for the release of persons imprisoned for failing to furnish security if they later provide the required security. It ensures that individuals have the opportunity to comply with the court's demands and secure their release. Section 143. Security for unexpired period of bond. Section 143 deals with the situation where a person is imprisoned for failing to furnish security but subsequently provides it. The bond remains in force for the unexpired period originally specified, ensuring the continued maintenance of public order and good behavior. Summary. Chapter 9 of the BNSS 2023 establishes a comprehensive legal framework for requiring individuals to furnish security for keeping the peace and ensuring good behavior. Through detailed provisions, it empowers courts and magistrates to take preventive measures against potential threats to public order. These measures help maintain social harmony by addressing risks proactively and ensuring that individuals with a propensity for disturbing peace are kept under legal scrutiny. The chapter balances the need for public safety with the protection of individual rights, ensuring that security demands are based on credible information and conducted through transparent legal processes. Stay informed. Live in comfort.